Happy Christmas. Yes, I work every day of the year, and also the rest of the family's still asleep, so I thought I'd get some work in before um, festivities begin. So here we are with the kilt that we're altering from the very male figure to the very female figure. I've got our measurements. I've got a pretty good idea what I'm doing now. I mean, I always do, but you know what I mean. So I've disassembled the kilt. The top band is off. Strap and buckles into the set aside. Canvas is out, and I've unpicked the steeking. And when you look at the steeking, okay, we have pleats overlapping in a way that I usually kind of disparage, but this is also the way that this very talented person has decided to found a way to get 27 pleats from a tartan that is a very, very large set. It's like a 13-inch set, I think I said. It's huge. Yeah, 13 inches. So what I'm going to do, because we have to reduce the kilted height from 27 inches to 21. 21 is there. Now, sometimes I can alter a kilt just by adjusting the size of the aprons. But if I did it this time, if I left the pleats as they were, the apron would be tiny. It would be ridiculous. So what I'm going to do, we have 25 pleats. Sorry, we have 27 pleats. If I reduce it to 25 pleats, if I take one pleat off either side, if I rob a pleat off either side, that will give me more cloth, better part of a foot of cloth to deepen the kilt, to deepen the pleat, the apron pleats. It is early in the morning. I need a second cup of coffee. And also by decreasing it from 27 to 25 pleats, it makes it a bit easier to establish my pleat widths, because if I look, we have a 38-inch waist, so if I divide that into a 19-inch, evenly into a 19-inch apron, 19 inches of pleats, 45 hip, 20-inch wide on the apron, 25 on the pleats. Well, I take a look at my handy-dandy scale that I've just devised. Now, if I resew these pleats so that the hip is 3/4 of an inch, I got 18 3/4, which is a 1/4 inch shy of 19. That's acceptable. Given that, remember, we've also got the fringe to make up a bit of space. And then, of course, 1 inch at the hip gives us 25 inches, which is bang on the money. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I could take a pleat off either side, reduce it in height, repair these pleats, because you can see how they've been dry cleaned and pressed funny, and we can't have that leaving the shop. So, and were I to extend the fell down to this mark here and sew it, I'm going to have to overlap at least 3 or 4 inches from the old seam to the new seam. But these seams, as we can see, these seams are starting to go. And if you see one seam about to go or starting to go, you know that the rest of them are ready to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it in height. I'm going to mark the center of each of these, and I'll just do it right now just to show you. I'm going to mark the center of each of these, if I can get a short piece of thread. What's going on here? A short piece of thread. Yeah, I got long bits of basting hanging all over the place here. Oh. yeah, so as I'm picking these apart, I'm just going to show you now, but as I'm picking this apart, I'm going to put a baste in each pleat, as you see there, so that having picked them apart, pressed them flat, I have reference marks to show me where each pleat will be, and that'll allow me to disassemble this kilt and take detailed notes, because this is really interesting how they've sewn to the half set, I believe I've heard it referred to, but I never learned how to do it. So I'm quite looking forward to this, because I'm actually going to be learning a new procedure to me, or a procedure that's new to me. So there we go. Great. So there's my course of action up ahead. I'm going to leave you now because it's Christmas morning, and I think it's about time for my breakfast. And we'll carry on from there. I'll check in with you later to show you the next step. Okay, happy Christmas, everybody.